You finally get to use your comic book store owning knowledge after all this time.
Here's the thing. I want to see excitement in your eyes because we're talking about comics. Show me the spark. That's not the sparkle. Show me the sparkle. Show me the sparkle. Well, that looks like either pain or constipation. Welcome back to Talking Story. My name is John Minton. That right there is my literary wingman, the one son, the little chull of happiness, little Jakey Two Swords, and the best producer on BookTube. Says so on bathroom walls all over the place. How you doing there, son?
Thank you very much. I'm doing great. My name is Jacob. But you are really the person that is using your credibility today. After all this time,
Yes.
How long has it been since you own the comic book shop? And now you finally get to flex your knowledge.
It's been a while. It's been a good while. And you know what I loved about owning the comic shop is every week, new issues of these stories that just don't end, these ever-changing, burgeoning, growing universes that you could get new issues of every week, and the regulars came in and you could talk about it with them. It was just awesome. And I miss it, and I love comics, and that's why today is so exciting to me, because look, we had a great time when we went to go see Superman.
Oh yeah, fantastic. I think got us both really excited about whatever the plans are for James Gunn's DCU, which we kind of do know, which I guess is why we're here today.
Yeah, so I'm kind of looking at where he's going, what's coming up down the road, the plans, and this is why I'm excited about it. We're going to cover that, and this was recommending some comics you could read to be ready for the next projects that are coming down the pike from this new DC universe.
Right. So going one by one through what projects are coming up next and recommendations. Right. Here's what to read to be prepared. Yeah.
Right. I mean, right off the bat, look, this is why I'm so excited about James Gunn's take on the DC universe. Chapter 1 of all these projects he's calling Gods and Monsters. And so far, what do we have? We have Creature Commandos and Superman. And we're starting to see what he's putting together here. We're starting to see how thin the line is between the heavenly and the horrible. Gods and monsters really becomes a question of perspective. And the more you learn of a backstory, the more you start to get to know some of the monsters, that line starts to move a little bit over to the heavenly, and sometimes the other way around. So look, I love what he's put together here. I love the way he's building this universe as well, because it's not going to be like every project has to dovetail into the next and have to kind of look a piece and look like it goes together. He's going off the beaten track and hiring some visionaries and some artists and saying, take us to a new place of this universe. It doesn't necessarily, there can be some Easter eggs, there can be some tie-ins, but it doesn't have to be building to one big thing. We can have a smorgasbord of different types of flavors and feels and films as this new DC universe grows, and it all depends on the artist and the visionaries he's hiring as to what they're going to give us. And I think you're going to see in some of these things coming up, we got some really interesting, varied types of projects, and I'm going to attach the comics that you can pick up to kind of be ready for all of them.
Okay, well, I'm going to be paying attention as well then, because I have not read a lot of comics either. So I'll kind of be, maybe some of these I'll pick up as well. But the first...
I know this
You
about
do know this about me, yeah.
Yeah.
As the son of the man who owned the comic book shop, I have not read a lot of comics. But the first project that you have a recommendation for is the upcoming, I believe, next movie, correct? Supergirl, coming out in 2026?
That's where we're going to start. It's not the next thing coming
okay.
out, but I think the next thing on a lot of people's radar is the Supergirl film.
Yes.
It's coming out in 2026. It's going to star Millie Alcock from House of the Dragons on HBO.
Yes.
And I think, well, I won't say that yet, but this is, I don't want to give too much away, but this is an easy one, because the comic you could probably pick up to kind of get ready for this project. It's easily available. Go onto Amazon, search Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. You can find a very affordable trade edition where they put all the issues together for you. And James Gunn himself said, this is what we are using as inspiration and a jumping off point. This comic was written by Tom King and the artist by Bilquis Evely. Now, Tom King is one of my favorite kind of recent comic writers. He is he was actually an agent in one of our intelligence agencies. He still lives in DC, so he served the country that way. And from there, he became a writer. So sometimes when he gets into, intrigue or mysteries, like he really has a great grasp of that kind of storytelling. So some of his past life experience really shines through there. He had a great run on Batman. He had some amazing miniseries that I really enjoyed what he did. And he's kind of been edging over more and more into the Hollywood scene, into the screenwriting scene, as I think you'll see, because his name's going to pop up again down the road a little bit here, something very exciting. So don't look too far. I don't want to give too many spoilers away. This is a revenge story that is spread across the cosmos, kind of like a buddy movie. You have Supergirl and a traveling partner, and she is trying to go on this revenge-fueled buddy movie type of situation to get revenge for her friend. So while they're going across the cosmos, I think we may get to see the first appearance of Jason Momoa's Lobo.
I would love this.
Now, if for those of you who don't know Lobo, throw up a picture of Lobo.
Yes.
This is...
It's a character that you look at and go, oh, Jason Momoa should play that.
That's what I'm saying. Jason Momoa is now cast in the right role for the DC Universe. Yeah. This is a bounty hunter, a galactic bounty hunter. It's going to be so much fun if Jason Momoa does appear in this flick, and I think he kind of will, because it is like that cosmos galaxy hopping kind of feel. Wonderful buddy movie, revenge-fueled lark that I think we can expect, and you can prepare yourself and get ready and kind of see what the vibe is if you pick up Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King and Bilquis Evely.
All right, so that covers Supergirl. So
yeah, and what I will say, you should pick that up. For a long time, once James Gunn announced this was the inspiration, it was sold out forever. But it is now back and readily available. Ooh. And this comic was a Hugo Award finalist. I mean, it's very, very good, very well thought of in the comics community. Definitely check it out if you're interested at all.
So maybe get it now, because by the time a trailer comes out, it may be hard to find again.
It could be sold out once again.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the next thing, I do believe, I'll correct myself, is the next thing that comes out. Am I right about that?
Yes. I am beyond excited about this.
Season 2.
This season 2 of Peacemaker. This hits August 21st on HBO. For those of you that didn't see season 1, go back and see season 1. James Gunn wrote and directed a good chunk of season 1. I think maybe actually all of it. Peacemaker is that, definite R-rated material. definite adult material. John Cena plays Peacemaker. They let him off the leash as far as improving, and you have no idea what's going to fly out of his mouth. I think James Gunn is going to be moving this more and more into the canon of his overall plan. Season 1 couldn't quite do it, but season 2, I think, there's going to be a way to even bring in season 1 into his plans, as bizarre as that sounds. So you absolutely kind of want to go back and catch season 1. It is laugh out loud funny. It is adrenaline-fueled action. It is characters that you're just going to have to root for because they're such underdogs in the worst way. And think Merc with a Mouth. Think Deadpool. I think that's kind of gotten very popular recently. Peacemaker has that kind of smack talk going on. So I think there's a lot of humor that you might enjoy. So
if you want something to read, what do you pick up?
But something to read. Here you go. If you want the off-the-chain craziness, overblown action, smack-talking character of Peacemaker, I can think of no writer better to capture that than Garth Ennis.
Wait, Garth Ennis did Peacemaker?
Garth, there is one issue. Yeah, I think this is just like a one-shot, a one issue. It's called Disturbing the Peace, and it's written by Garth Ennis, drawn by Gary Brown. Now, I don't think this is easy to find. You can find a back issue probably online if you want to have a physical copy. The easiest way to probably grab a hold of this is to sign up for a free trial or even like a month or so for DC's digital service where you can go back and look at so many, like all of their back issues and things on your tablet or computer and catch up on some reading. This is called DC Universe Infinite. This is probably the easiest way to grab this issue, or you can find it in some back issue boxes online easily. If you search for back issues, it's probably not crazy expensive at this point. But I understand the easiest way to do it probably is to sign up for DC Universe Infinite. Garth Ennis is absolutely going to capture the madness and the smack talk
Garth Ennis,
that is Peacemaker.
More people may know as writing the original comic for what has now been adapted to the Amazon show The Boys. He wrote the original comic for that. Yeah,
he wrote the original comic there. He wrote Preacher. If you can think about pushing the boundaries of comics as far as you can and then leapfrogging over that 3 or 4 times, that's Garth Ennis.
Yes. Crazy individual.
crazy, fun stuff to read. So absolutely, I would say look for that one shot, Disturbing the Peace, and then get ready for season 2 when we start to look at some multiple realities in the DC universe. It's going to be unbelievably fun. I believe James Gunn wrote every episode. I believe he's directing almost every episode. It's hilarious. It is so much fun. I cannot wait for the 21st. I will be watching it on the 21st.
The 21st of what month? Do we have that?
This month, August.
Oh, geez. Okay. So that's
Peacemaker season 2.
Like a week or two from now. That's real close.
It's like a week or two from now.
Okay. This one I think this is the one that I'm most excited about on the list.
This is the one I'm so blown away.
I cannot wait for, just because of the way James Gunn pitched it. Why don't you say it? You'll do a better pitch.
This goes to show what I'm talking about of different types of varieties of things. We have Supergirl, we have Superman, we have Peacemaker, which is more along the comedic path, right? This is going to be realistic and gritty and dark, and I can't wait to see it. I'm talking about Lanterns on HBO. Let's just think about this series for a minute. We're talking about an older galactic cop wielding one of the most forceful weapons in the galaxy, in the power ring, powered by his own will, training the new Green Lantern for the sector of Earth. So we have Kyle Chandler performing Hal Jordan. We have Aaron Pierce as John Stewart, the new Lantern on the block. Now, this show, James Gunn said, think about True Detective. Think about that vibe. We're looking at like a murder mystery in the middle of America, flyover country with 2 people that can literally fly. And I think it's supposed to be gritty and dark and real with a weird sci-fi element thrown in there. And listen to the 2 developers of this series. We're talking, this is created by Tom King.
Hey, there you go.
Who have already said, one of my favorite modern comic writers out there right now, created by Tom King and Damon Lindelof.
The guy that created that. You're kidding.
Yes. You only have to look at the visionaries and the artists they're bringing in to tell these stories to say, oh, that's going to be something entirely different.
Lost, Watchmen, and The Leftovers. Damon Lindelof is a beast.
Yes. Yes. And I just saw photography wrapped today. This is coming early 2026. They have finished filming. This is the return of Guy Gardner of who we saw in Superman.
Yeah.
Will be appearing as well. So it's just so much to look forward to in this series. What comics can you read to be ready for this?
I was going to say, you've got me hooked. Now where do I go?
Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern had kind of like fallen out of favor for a good while in comics, but they were kind of brought back to prominence. And this kind of happens with comics. These series that go on for decades and decades and decades. And then all of a sudden, a new creator comes along that like maybe read it as a kid or maybe has a whole new take on it or just has a way to reinvent it that makes it a big hit all over again. That happened with Green Lantern when Jeff Johns and Ethan Van Sciver on the art kind of did what was called Green Lantern Rebirth.
Okay.
Now, So I think, again, the most cost-effective way to grab Green Lantern Rebirth would be on DC Universe Infinite. There are hardcovers out there, and this run is absolutely worth a hardcover. The hardcovers cost a little bit more. They're very nice on the shelf, and this run absolutely deserves that. Ethan Van Sciver's art is... Throw some of Ethan Van Sciver's Green Lantern art up here.
Yeah, I've already been doing it.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's bold. It's brash. It's just impactful. It has that sci-fi edge to it. The expressions that you get, even through the mask of Hal Jordan, absolutely love this run. Completely reinvented this series for the modern times, and it's so much fun. But like I said, this series has taken place in Middle America. It's a mystery. So if you really want to maybe get that vibe, let's go all the way back to classic Green Lantern. And I'm talking, look up, and again, DC Universe Infinite might be your friend here, because these are some classic issues that may cost you a bit more if you want to pick them up in the physical form. I'm talking about Green Lantern, Green Arrow by Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams, one of the best to ever pick up a pencil, one of the best pencilers to ever do it. This is the story of two heroes moving across the middle of America, moving across the country, trying to understand what's happening with their country in a time of tumult and where it's going and how it's changed and how they fit in. And it was politically charged and different types of elements that fit at the time of it was written. And it was a kind of bold new direction for DC at that time. But again, it happens in the middle of the country. It's two people not only searching for answers in these mysteries they're trying to solve, but answers for themselves as they're on this journey to find where they fit in their country as times change. So check that out. That is classic stuff. Green Lantern, Green Arrow by Denny O'Neil, the amazing Denny O'Neil, and Neil Adams, two of the best to ever do it.
This is one that I'm almost positive I'm going to have to pick up, just because of how excited I am for the project.
Oh, you will know immediately. It's that cover where Speedy is on drugs.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, you've seen that cover,
Yeah.
and Speedy's about to shoot up, and it's like, throw that cover up. Like, we're talking classic issues here.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm picking that up for sure then. Now, the next one,
Okay.
I am also, man, there's so many good ones left. The next one I'm also really excited about.
The next one, again, shows this plan in action. It shows the plan of
The people that are attached
all different
to
types.
it.
All different types of stories from all different types of corners of what this universe is. This universe that we unveiled in Superman for you that was complete in there. It's not an origin story. It's already vibrant and living with other heroes jumping off the camera, off the film into the theater. I'm not quite sure who that is. I'm not getting time wasted with the origin story. It's just coming at me. You attach the right visionary and artist for some of these other things, and you get a whole different type of story, a whole different kind of story. This seems weird. People are like, what? How is this early on in this plan? Remember, chapter 1 of the whole plan was gods and monsters. I'm talking about the Clayface movie.
Yes.
That is coming our way. This is a classic Batman villain. This is going to be complete psychological horror, body horror, rated R. This film is written by
Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan. Oh, I wrote it down.
Yeah.
The guy that's done all the Stephen King adaptations lately on Netflix. They brought him in to write this
Haunting
script.
of Hill House, which was fantastic.
As well as some of the other classic things on Netflix. Yeah. So he's coming in to write the script. They're very, very close, if they haven't already, to inking the deal with James Watkins, who directs all the See No Evil flicks, coming in to direct this one. So, this is all out horror. They're taking no prisoners. They're not making it palatable for all audiences. They're leaning in and going for it completely. So I cannot wait. All we know about this is it'll be fall of 2026, but we get a full-on psychological body horror with the character Clayface. I am there day one. Like, I could not be more excited for this with the names they have attached.
It's such a good idea.
Right?
All right, now what do I read? Tell me what I read.
Okay. Again, on this one, I'm going to say DC Universe Infinite, absolutely your friend here. The easiest way to get these, because I went all the way back to an earlier run of Detective Comics. I'm talking Detective Comics. We're looking at issues 604 through 607. This is back in the day when Detective Comics was being done by Alan Grant as the writer and Norm Breyfogle as the penciler, one of my all-time favorite Batman artists. Throw up some Norm Breyfogle Batman goodness and show, I love his Batman work. The expressions, kind of almost like Spidey with the eyes, the angles, the angular, the way the camera is set and the angles he does, he leans into the fact that it's not realism. He leans into the fact that this is crazy and over the top and unbelievable action. I love Norm Breyfogle's work. This 4-issue stories back in the day of Detective Comics was called The Mud Pack. And this is a great Clayface story because there's kind of two Clayfaces. There was the Clayface when he was first created, and then it became a different type of character. And this is that story that kind of marries those two characters, the original Clayface, and it kind of brings him into more of the modern sensibility of storytelling and updates him as the hulking creature, monstrous form that we've kind of become associated with that character. So you kind of get the vibe of both those characters and how they coexist and how one moves into the other in this amazing story that takes place in Detective Comics 604 to 607 by Alan Grant and Norm Breyfogle.
That one I'll be picking up too.
Yeah. So much fun. And this last one.
I think you're most excited about this last one. You must be.
This last one I'm over the top about. This is my guy.
Yeah.
Anyone knows I am a huge, you know what? Before I even say what I'm most excited about.
Wait, do you have props do you have to go get?
Let's thank some people.
Oh, man, you're so right. But yeah, let's thank some people. Wow, we almost forgot.
Let's thank some people. This is how excited I am to get to talk about comics. These are the people that make all the hard decisions. They take over our channel when we do what we call Town Square and turn the camera around and let them take over. They keep the lights on. They run our book club. These are our fine folks at Patreon. Right down there in the descriptions if you want to check it out. But we're going to take a minute to thank them right now. These are our correspondents, our directors and producers that do all the heavy lifting here. Let's face it, because we don't.
Oh no,
really.
We have no idea what we're doing. No.
Absolutely. Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.
Just a quick break in the action to thank all of our correspondents, directors, and producers on Patreon. These people keep the lights on. They make decisions for us because we don't know what we're doing. We're not great at making the decisions around here. The decisions all the way from what I'm going to read next, what the book club of the month Patreon pick is going to be, but all the way up to video ideas and what we're going to do here on the channel coming up for you. If you're interested or you want to find out how you can be a part of this, right down there in the description box, click the Patreon link. It's got all the answers for you. And once again, thank you to all of these fine people that are helping us build the channel, our correspondents, directors, and producers. Okay.
Now, your favorite one.
You know my favorite character.
Everybody's got to know by now. Yeah.
Is Batman.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking comics. This is one of my favorite fantastical characters of all time.
Yes.
Period. The archetype, the icon, the Dark Knight. We are going to get all we've heard so far. We don't have actors attached. I don't think we have directors attached. All we have so far is the brave and the bold, and the word from James Gunn is this will focus on the Bat family. Because family, at the core, it's about a young boy that is orphaned and thrown out onto this quixotic journey of making sure it never happens to another victim again, right? It all comes down to family. It all comes down to those feelings of why does he take one young ward after another? Because he's looking to fill that hole that he grew up with. All about family, all about his intrepid butler, Alfred, that's with him through thick and thin, and that father figure that he has to fill the hole because it's all about family. So we're finally going to get a Bat film that revolves around not just the lone Dark Knight, that figure, but the entire, I think, a whole Bat family. There's no better way to look at family with Batman than to go all the way back. Oh, this is one of my all-time faves. This is one of my, now again, I think DC Universe Infinite might be your friend here. I think you can still find one of these hardcovers around when it initially came out. This is a hardcover that's called Son of the Demon. This was written by Mike Barr with art by Jerry Bingham. Jerry Bingham, one of my favorite Batman artists of all time. Neil Adams, Jerry Bingham, Norm Breyfogle. These I could go on with this list. Throw up some Jerry Bingham art. Throw up that amazing cover from Son of the Demon. This is a story. This, for a longest time, this was like, does this really happen in Batman's life? Is it kind of like a mythic story, an Elseworld story? Or did this really and truly happen? This is the story of Batman called to the deserts and spending time with Ra's al Ghul and his daughter Talia. A love affair takes place between him and Talia. And at the end of that hardcover, you find Batman has fathered a son. The Bat family is actually not just wards, but actual blood. And Talia is keeping that son. So for the longest time, this question was, oh my gosh, was that some kind of dream issue? What was that? What happened there? What was that story? How does it fit? Then, so I absolutely, if you can find that hardcover or again, find that story on DC Universe Unlimited, that would be a great place to start.
Oh, I see. So that's part one of what to read. That's
part one.
Okay.
And then part two, now this is easy to find. You can find trade copies on Amazon. Search Amazon, Batman and Robin, Volume 1, Batman Reborn by Grant Morrison and the amazing Frank Quietly. This is Grant Morrison, every award that you can imagine for comics writing, takes over Batman and goes, you know what? That story from way back in the day that everyone wondered, was that real? Was that a dream? Was that an Elseworld story? It's very real. And now that child is just old enough and just impetuous and crazy enough that Talia is going to drop it on the Batcave's door and tell Bruce, here's your son. You deal with him because I can't handle it anymore. So that's where Batman Reborn kind of takes up, is the Talia leaving Damian Wayne and Batman trying to show him more of a moral center, more of a line between the white and the black, the light and the dark, because he's been raised by his grandfather, Ra's al Ghul, the demon, and Talia, who runs a group of assassins. So when you have come up in this world, your ideas of life and death, black and white, moral grays, they're all going to be all over the place. And as that father figure, that Bat family that we love, that we talk about, Bruce is going to start to try and drive home that line of where it belongs and pick up the reins and raise his son. So start with Son of the Demon, finish up with Batman and Robin Volume 1, Batman Reborn. You'll get a great idea of what family means in the Bat universe and in Gotham City. You will be primed for whatever Brave and Bold is going to be, because the rumor is the Robin in Brave and the Bold will be Damian Wayne, the first time on film. So cannot wait. Cannot wait. On pins and needles for that one.
This one I'll be picking up. This one I'll be watching because I want to know who Batman is, who's directing it, who's writing it. This one is like, gets the 24/7 watch from both of us, I think.
Oh, I'm there. Like if there's a midnight showing, I'm there as early as I can get there to see Batman. That's my thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cannot wait. Let us know what you're most excited for. Out of all these projects, let us know what you're most excited for. And you know what? Just thank you for letting us geek out on comics. We don't do it on this channel a lot. It's a fantastical fiction channel. We don't necessarily go to comics all that much, but it's my happy place every once in a while. I'm so happy to talk comics.
Absolutely. Man, it's so cool to see you get all pumped up.
Oh man, this is it's my happy place. My happy place, my son.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah. Hit us up. Let us know what you're excited for. Tell us in comments. We're going to answer each and every one of them because that's what we do here. That's the whole point of the channel, was to talk back and forth about these stories with you. Hit the like button because that helps us grow and meet some new people, and we can learn what they're excited about and how they interpret these, and that makes us all a little bit richer. And if this is your first time, you're a comics fan, maybe you haven't been here before about all the other things we talk about in the fantasy and horror and sci-fi genres, hit that subscription button. This is the most amazing group of people that you can hang out and talk about story with that you'll ever come across and meet. You hit that button, you join your people, you're going to feel a tingle. I guarantee it. That's a scientific fact. Thank you so much. I think that's it for us.
Yeah, you looked at me when you said thank you. I was like, I didn't do anything. I just sat here.
You let me talk about comics for a while.
I got to listen to you talk about comics for a while. We're both richer.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us here on Talking Story.